Hey guys, with the release of another character, it's time to make another tier list. Welcome guys, so in today's tier list, I'm going to be joined by one of my teammates, Gavin. Say hi to the people, Gavin.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Gavin's also making some content. He's been making some BDSP content lately, and he's also got some Unite content on his channel. Definitely go check him out. And let's get started to the tier list. So first off, we have Crashy. Now, I'm going to put Crashy in the S tier. I think Crashy needs a really, really big nerf. What do you think, Gavin?
I think D tier. He's bad.
I'm gonna say no, and I'm crashing the S tier. You let me know in the comment section what you think Crashy should be, because I think he's an S tier pick. Next up, we have Blastoise. Now, I think Blastoise used to be here when it was released. It ended up here for a while, and I think now it sits here. What do you think, Gavin? Where do you think Blastoise sits?
Yeah, I just think other Pokemon could do what Blastoise can do, but better.
I think after the damage nerf, Blastoise just doesn't do as much. I mean, look, in Solo Queue, it's one of the best tanks to pick because it does more damage than the other tank does. But yeah, I just don't think it sits where it used to sit. Let's move on to Absol. So, Gavin, you play a lot of Absol. Where would you put this?
I think Absol in ranked gameplay is kind of bad, but I think in competitive, I think he's actually an A tier pick. I think he's really good.
An A tier pick? I'm gonna hot take disagree and put Absol in B tier. I'm gonna put Absol in B tier because I think Absol, while in ranked, it can stomp, right? It can stomp in ranked. In 5-man squads, like Absol just doesn't seem to do much into the late game, and because it has to rely so heavily on getting a snowball, it's just too much of a risk. And because of the high risk, I think it sits here in B tier. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. Now we've got Blissey, lovely Blissey. I think Blissey, when it came out again, up here. But because of a certain other Pokemon that we'll get to later, I think Blissey sits here in the A tier as the second best healer in the game. What do you think about that, Gavin?
Yeah, I just think Blissey used to be amazing, but there's a new supporter, and Blissey just doesn't get seen as much.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, look, Helping Hand is still really strong, but I think it just sits here. Now we have
a good pick.
Now we have Charizard. Isn't this also Crashy? Shouldn't that? No. Okay, so Charizard, I actually hot take. A lot of people won't agree with this. I think Charizard's A tier.
Really?
Yep. I think Charizard's A tier. So Team Shiny been running it for a while. Crashy runs on our team sometimes. We've had Myth and Phil's team. They've been running it for a while on Assassin Dave, and he's been playing it great. I think Charizard hard counters a lot of the other meta junglers. What do you think about Charizard, Gavin? Where would you put it?
I just say B tier in the middle, just because there's other junglers in the game that do what he does, but just a lot better.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see people in B tier. I personally think Charizard is solid A tier. I believe in this Pokemon. I believe in the power of Charizard. All right. So I know you play a lot of this Pokemon too, Gavin. Cinderace. Where do you think Cinderace goes?
I think Cinderace either goes low S or high A.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think high A. I think Cinderace is high A because I think it used to be S, and I think, look, it can still perform S, right? Cinderace is Cinderace. This Pokemon is outrageous. But I think that the jungle meta at the moment seems to counter Cinderace a little hard. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay, cool. Now we have Cramorant. Over here. no. Cramorant used to be here. I think it sits here now in the B tier. What do you think?
Yeah, I think after the nerf, just Cramorant. I don't think even Cramorant needed a nerf.
I don't think Cramorant needed a nerf at all. I think it was like a solid A tier. I don't think it was broken. I'm not sure why they even did that. I'm really not sure why. Now we have Russell. I think Russell has some really hidden potential that a lot of teams aren't exploring. I think Rock Tomb is actually a really good move. I think it hard punishes Decidueye because it cannot get away. But I also think that every Crustle I've ever seen just split pushes the entire game. And I'm going to put it in B tier because of scoring comps. What do you think? What do you think about Crustle?
I think Crustle's a really good, tank just because it's so, bulky and nice. And I think Crustle has, a very unique spot. So I'd say probably B tier.
Yeah, it's just right in the middle, right? I think it's right in the middle.
It's a really annoying Pokemon. I'll
it's
say
very,
that.
It's very
it's good at being annoying.
It tries to score top lane and then it just smashes and runs to the bottom lane. You can't keep up with it. It's so frustrating.
If this was a annoying tier list, S tier.
Okay.
100%.
So now we have Giggs himself. We have Eldegoss. I think Eldegoss is the best Pokemon in the game. I don't think it's better than Crashy, but I think it's the best Pokemon in the game. What do you think of Eldegoss?
I still think the Crashy take is wild, but I think Eldegoss is contender for the best character in the game. Definitely the best support.
Yeah.
Does crazy, steal potential is crazy, or that might just be gigs. I don't know.
Yeah,
That might
that
just
could be gigs. That could just be gigs. Yeah, I think
Uh,
Eldegoss, the shielding, the AoE shielding is just so valuable. Whereas Blissey can only heal one target at a time or shield one target at a time. And the
Mhm.
the Unite move stealing objectives is huge, and Leaf Tornado was just so outrageous.
Oh,
After the
Leaf
last
Tornado's
buff it
insane.
received, it's just too crazy.
Leaf Tornado is a game changer.
So now we have Garchomp, who is
Mhm.
no, so Garchomp, I think Garchomp's the worst Pokemon in the game. What do you think about Garchomp?
I still think Crashy's worse, but I think Garchomp's definitely the worst Pokemon in the game. I guess with the Crashy.
Yeah, like Garchomp has the potential. Like on paper, Garchomp looks like it just tears everybody and is the best Pokemon in the game, right? But the fact that every Pokemon literally can just kite you with Red Buff and you will never touch them, I think just makes Garchomp the worst Pokemon in the game, even though it's so powerful.
The range is just so small for what he does.
Yeah, agreed. Then we have Gardevoir. Now you play a lot of Gardevoir, so where would you put this Pokemon?
I love Gardevoir, but sadly, I do think she's low C or high D. Like
I agree with C. I agree with C just because I think Gardevoir is really strong, but Ralts is like not even on the list, right? Ralts is like
Ralts needs a buff. That's what it needs.
Yeah,
early game Ralts. Like simple level 5 evolution.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, they could do that. Like, even if they just made Confusion do more damage than his boosted attack, that could be helpful for Ralts. Yeah,
that too.
Now we have the third Gar. We've covered 2 Gars. So I'm gonna put this just where it belongs. I don't know if you agree with this at all, but
definitely.
Yeah, like I have a lot of fun. I play so much Gengar in ranked. I love it so much, and the way I play it is I just run around the opposite lane to my team and force 1v1s and kill people. But come that Zapdos fight, I can't do anything. I literally can't do anything unless I'm stealing it with my Unite, I guess. Yeah. So you agree with Gengar?
I told myself I'll never buy him until he gets a buff. So
fair. Can't say much. This, who on my last tier list was incredibly game breaking, and sat up here. Where do you think it goes now? Because I actually think its frustration level is S tier, but it doesn't two-shot people anymore. So I actually think I would put Greedent in the B tier, the top of the B tier, just because I think this Pokemon is still so unpunishable. It can split push and score the entire game. It can 3-shot you instead of 2-shotting you now, but that's harder to pull off. The Unite move doesn't let you spam 14 belches. So yeah, I think it's fairly balanced now. What do you think, Greedent?
I actually think Crashy found something with Potion Greedent. You're just able to be super
the Potion
annoying.
Bullet Seed Greedent with the stuffed cheeks.
I actually think you're able to do so much annoying stuff,
I
which
still
makes Greedent
never
really
use stuffed cheeks.
Really?
I've never used it.
I'd recommend it. Even though I never played the character, I recommend it.
I'm gonna have to try it out. I'm gonna try it out. Greninja. Now I know this was your main for a long time.
I love him.
Where does Greninja go in the current meta?
Oh man, that's so hard. I think low A, high B.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm comfortable putting it low A. I think sometimes Greninja can outperform Cinderace, but Cinderace just does it more consistently. I believe Greninja when it snowballs really snowballs, right? But Cinderace is just is always good. I think that's where it's
at. Water Shuriken does a ton of damage.
So much DPS.
Ridiculous.
So much DPS. So much. And now we have this clearly it goes clearly Lucario. I think
dude, too many nerfs. 4 nerfs out of here.
Yeah. So Lucario is right up here. I think Lucario is obnoxious. I think it's been nerfed so many times and it's still so strong and I don't even enjoy playing it anymore. It's just so powerful. Dude, what do you think of Lucario?
So annoying. He's been nerfed so many times, and every time I see him in the nerf patch notes, I'm so excited. I'm just like, nope.
Now, to be fair, guys, if you watch Gavin's Lucario video, you'll probably think it's about here. But
all right.
but I think it sits up here. I think Lucario is one of the best Pokemon in the game. You did.
I died like 20 times.
You did. All right, Machamp. Now this was my main when I started the game, man. My favorite Pokemon of all time, Machamp. I want it to be here. I want it to be better than Crashy, but that will never happen. So I think Machamp sits down here with Gardevoir.
Really?
Yeah, I just think, what does it do?
I guess the only thing notable about him is just his little grab, his little hug, and his speed. That's it. That's all I know him for.
Yeah, but then what does he do? That's how I feel about Machamp. I think it has potential. I don't know why they ever nerfed it. The cross chop nerf made me sad. But I think, I think
they nerfed it.
Yeah,
Never
in the first patch, he got a 30% cross chop nerf.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
and yeah, I think Archon sits here comfortably. I wish
I
it was
think
better.
I think early game
Mm,
he's better than Gardevoir. Late
yeah,
game Gardevoir's better, and that's really how it stands.
yeah, yeah. I could see that. I could see that.
I
The
could see Gardevoir being more
swine,
annoying with the poke.
the
Oh,
swine.
I love
Um,
him. I love him. I don't know why I love him.
I like swine. I think it sits in B tier with the rest of this brethren here. I think swine, if it was less clunky, could actually be up here. But I think because of
Hmm.
how clunky the moveset is and how inconsistently you can actually get them all off, it comes down here. What do you think of swine?
I think ranked, if you have a good team around him, you have a really good set of 5 people
Mm-hmm.
that know what to do. I think he could maybe be a low A tier,
Yeah.
like pushing it.
Yeah,
But in
I think
comp,
definitely on certain team comps it can
yeah,
go up
if
there.
you're
But yeah,
solo playing, I think he's mid tier.
yeah,
Like
I
his
think it's
grab, his
pretty
ice Beam
average.
grab is amazing.
Ice Fang
You
is
could
nuts.
take
Yeah,
someone out. You
yeah,
could take someone out.
agreed. Mr. Mime, the creepy
Dude.
uncle. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it immediately in A tier. I'm just gonna immediately put Mime in A tier because I think Mime is unbelievable. The fact that you can play a support and drop like 60k damage a game is just crazy to me, and just
He's not a
blow
support.
everybody up. He's not a
I'm
support.
still saying, to this day, if Mime is support, Pikachu's a tank. I'm just saying, he's not a support. He's not a support. I swear.
Like, is there a better way to support your team than deleting the enemy? I don't know. I think that's the best way to support your team.
Exactly.
I think that's the best way. Yeah.
Exactly. You're right, actually.
Next we have A9 the K9. I think A9 after the buffs sits top of B tier. I think it can work well in on some team comps, but I think it's fairly mid still. What do you think?
I still think it needs another buff. I love
Yeah.
A9. You know, he's like one of my favorite to play,
hmm
and I think she just needs a little bit more to push her over. But
Yeah.
the buff was a good step. We need more.
Yeah. If Blizzard went through walls, A9 would be so much better. So much better.
Dude,
Pikachu.
oh,
I think Pikachu's A tier. I
my
definitely
main,
think Pikachu's A tier.
my main because we play in
Yep.
tournaments.
Yeah,
He's
that's what you've been
really
playing.
good.
Yeah, really good.
Pikachu
The
is
stun, the poke damage,
oh,
the early laning is so gross on Pikachu. Like you can't fight him.
I
Uh,
can't even tell you the amount of times that I stole like people like Cinderacers were about to steal Zapdos or
mhm.
Dreadnoughts, and I just stunned them last second. They can't move.
Yep,
The
yep.
character's insane.
Next up we have the bro, slow bro. Hot take, like this isn't in order. I'm not gonna pretend this is in order.
Yeah,
Slow
of
bro,
course.
I think B tier. I think
Hmm.
it has so much potential, and I can't in my mind be like slow bro belongs with Gardevoir and Marchand. Because I think Slowbro's Unite move is so strong. I think Surf is so strong. I just think it offers damage and crowd control and tankiness. It's not bad. What do you think of it?
The amount of CC that this character brings in the
Mm-hmm.
alt, like you said, just grabs the opponent, and if your team is good, like
Mm-hmm.
able to capitalize on it, you're able just to take out someone, and you all have shield now.
Yeah.
Like you have buddy barrier. So
Yeah.
I think Slowbro's amazing. I think he just needs something else to push him further.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah. Yeah. I could agree with that. I could agree with that. It could use a little bit of a buff.
a lot of the characters
Hashtag
in B
Slowbro
tier.
love.
I
Slowbro
think
love.
B tier is like slightly buff them, please. I think
Yeah.
that's what they are.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's balanced, right? I think A is like strong. S is
Yeah.
probably needs a little nerf. And then
Mhm.
B is like balanced, right? Like right in the center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Snorlax. Now, I think I've played Snorlax before. I'm gonna put Snorlax in the A tier. I think Snorlax is the best tank after Mime, who is a tank support attacker. It's everything but a speedster essentially.
that's actually true.
Yeah, Snorlax just has so much crowd control. Like it's, I can feel when I'm playing Snorlax that the other team is screaming. What do you think of Snorlax?
This Snorlax with block is just
Mm-hmm.
so annoying. You're able to just take
Oh no,
not
I
only
was talking
one
about
person.
I was talking about Yon Flail, like blocks like down here. No, definitely block and heavy slam.
What?
Definitely
I
block and
think
heavy slam.
I think just be able to like, except for being able to take one Pokemon out like
hmm
Slowbro, I think you're able to just like push like 5 people like, Ayo, we're coming to our side
Yeah,
of the map
yeah,
now.
it's so powerful. Sonic is such a
And
powerful addition to the team.
especially what you've shown off in our team comps, especially that
Appreciate.
heavy slam eject button.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You've hit people from across the map. It feels like it's crazy.
It goes so far. It goes so far. Now we have Sylveon. When this Pokemon came out, it made me scream. It made me scream so much because Mystical Fire, like it could just walk away from me and one shot me, and I hated it so much. I think Sylveon sits in the A tier. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I think it sits in the A tier because there we go. Okay, I think it sits in the A tier because we've seen what TTV's done with it. We've seen how Goof's played it. We've seen how strong it can really be. What do you think of Sylveon?
I think if you have a good team comp around it, I think the Pokemon could be really good. But you can't just like throw it into like a 5-man, like a random team, and
Yeah,
just think it's gonna be good. It has to be like this is the one Pokemon that I'm like, this has to be in a coordinated 5-man.
yeah. Well, that being said, though, if you are solo queuing, Mystical Fire is a really good play to go. Hyper Voice is a little less successful in solo
Yes,
queue, but Mystical Fire and solo queue can be really, really
that's
impactful.
true. I think Sylveon's better in like a coordinated, but still
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. Talonflame in solo queue is like probably better than Crashy, but
Dude.
but I think competitively, I think Talonflame is like I don't know which one. Which one do you think? A or B?
I think low A. I think the
Yeah,
characters like fly, landing on a group or team, dashing out, so much damage.
yeah.
It's
Like
just
I can't put
ridiculous, man.
Talonflame in the same tier as Cramorant. You know what I mean? I just can't. I just can't.
Yeah,
Like
no.
it's
Because
the better burb.
Talonflame
It's the better burb.
might need a little nerf, not anything huge,
Mm,
but I don't think so. I don't think
yeah.
anything huge,
Speaking
but
of needs a nerf, Venusaur. Um, I think this sits like at the top of A tier. This thing is ridiculous.
really?
It's not S tier anymore, but it just runs you down. And if you are not playing on a coordinated 5, you're gonna be grouped up. That's a lie. No one groups up, but no, you're gonna be grouped up, and it's gonna Giga Drain and go to full, and it's gonna kill everybody, and you can't do anything about it. You know. So I
Yeah.
think Venusaur sits pretty up there. What do you think of Venusaur?
I think Venusaur. I honestly think he's like mid of A, but I still think he needs a nerf. I would like to
Okay.
say one thing about Venusaur.
Mhm.
Venusaur with the group of bees that spawn, if you Giga Drain that, you're getting like 80% of your health
It's
back.
so much. Yeah, it's so much.
It's
So
ridiculous.
much. You
Crashy
can.
one time said, "Hey
Yeah.
yo, go back to your base. You need heal." I said, "No bees here. I just did it." And Crashy was like, "What in the world?"
Yeah, yeah. Venusaur is a little bit outrageous. Next up, we have probably the most frustrating Pokemon to deal with in the
Oh
entire
yeah,
game, in
definitely.
the form of Wigglytuff. Now, what do you think of Wigglytuff? Because I've played a
I
lot of this
think
Pokemon.
I think Sing is insane, and you've been recently making me do rollout. I actually played rollout today, dude. That it's crazy. This character's just
You
insane.
can't. You get away with what you want. I can't see. I think it's a glue. I think you can make any team comp with work with Wigglytuff, which makes me think it's A
Yeah,
tier. But I'm probably gonna put it in top of B tier.
really?
Yeah, I think Wigglytuff is not as good a pick as Mime or Snorlax. It's a better
That's
pick
fair.
than it's. I don't even know if it's a better
But
pick than Blastoise. It's a more niche pick. It makes things work that wouldn't work without it. I think.
I'm just saying, Wigglytuff is in the same tier as Creamery. I mean, I mean, I mean.
Is that better?
Okay, now I'm okay with this.
Okay. I think it has potential to be up here in the A tier. Like I'm really unsure myself. And
That's
then
fair.
then we have the solo queue demon
I hate him.
Zero
I hate him.
Aura. I think Zero Aura is S tier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely.
It doesn't even matter what moves you run. It just kills everybody. It just
It's good.
Zero Aura is the definition of like I'm going to carry this game, and apparently also the definition of I'm going to take jungle even if you call it. So yeah, Zero Aura is just so
His
strong.
his movement, he
Hmm.
has so much movement,
Yeah,
and the discharge spark tech where you're able to pull people towards you.
yeah.
That is something where you can take one person and say, "Hey, yo, you're going to my team."
You can take
Like you're
multiple
going,
people, dude. I've done it. You can take a group of them. It's nuts.
dude.
It's
This
so
character's
nuts.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's so he's so fun
Now we
though.
have the new Pokemon who has inspired me making a new tier list, Decidueye. Now, a lot of people are saying it's broken. My hot take of Decidueye is it's either low A or high B. Where would you put this?
Look, hot take. I think this character is high A for the solo fact. Like, especially in ranked,
Mhm.
being able to have that extra range. And I think both movesets are good, but I'm talking about like the bow and arrow one. I don't know
Yeah,
what it's called.
um Spirit Shackle.
Spirit Shackle,
Yeah.
yeah. Just having that bigger FOV, not only for information gathering, but be able to take someone out. Like, oh my gosh, you
Yeah,
can't even see them and you just get hit with an
it's
arrow.
I can't put this in the same tier as Greninja and Cinderace. I can't do it. I just think they're better. I think offensively this thing is so strong. Offensively, it's so
Yeah.
strong. Like if you are in a 1v1 with this Pokemon, you are probably losing. It's offensively
That's fair.
so strong. Unless you're, Zeraora or Lucario. Or even Marchamp. Marchamp can take this out because anything that can dive you just destroys you because I
Yeah.
think your health is like 3. Like, I don't know what your health is, but it's 3. I'm convinced it's 3.
I think in a tourney comp, the last thing I want to say about him, I think in a tourney comp, I think he's insane. Like with really good.
Oh yeah,
Like,
with Blissey
play.
Wigglytuff.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
You can't stop him. He's just the backline bow and arrow. He's
Yeah.
like old.
Yeah. It has
Venusaur is so
potential.
good.
There are certain team comps that could probably make this the most broken Pokemon in the game. I think just on an all-round level of the Pokemon's balance, I think it sits here because it's well balanced. It has really good offense and really low defense, which makes it to me just a fairly well balanced Pokemon.
Okay. And now
we're talking about Serena. We don't know anything about this Pokemon, but it's an all-rounder, and it's new, which means it has to Power Creep Lucario, right? Isn't that how that works? Isn't that what's been happening? Well, the Decidueye didn't Power Creep Cinderace and Greninja, so maybe not, but I'm going to hot take say that it's going to be A tier. And the reason I'm going to say that is because I think that they understand at this point that they did a good job with Lucario and a not very good job with the rest of the all-rounders. And I think that it's got to at least be on the same level as Charizard. That's what I think. What do you think?
I think exactly A tier is a safe choice just because every newcomer, like every new Pokemon has been really good. Let's not talk about Carnivore. I think everyone else has been insane. So I think that automatically, bro, she's going to be A tier.
Yeah.
And I hope, because I love that Pokemon. When I found out she was in the game, I was so happy.
Yeah. So I think just because Serena is known for kicking in the games, it has drop kick, it has high jump kick, it kicks. So I think to me that means it's going to be mobile. So I think that's what's going to make it a good pick.
Also, the thing that really decides it for me is when does she evolve? Because she has this 3-stage evolution. It might be a 3-stage. Because if it's a 10 evolution, it's going to be harder unless she's insane.
Yeah, but that's very true. That's very true.
If she's like a Cinderace, Greninja, Decidueye.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see that for sure. So Crash's tier list here doesn't have Dragonite, the newest leak. What do you think of Dragonite?
Oh, we're gonna be doing Dragonite. I didn't even know about this one.
Yeah, let's do Dragonite.
Do we know Dragonite's? Is it all rounder?
It's an all rounder.
Okay. Oh man. Yet again, I think Dragonite's gonna be a solo Pokemon. I don't think he's gonna evolve. I think he's gonna be straight solo. I don't think he's gonna have to evolve. I think
it's definitely gonna have to evolve.
Really? Do you think so?
It's a 3-stage evolution.
Yeah, but look at Lucario.
Yeah, but if you've noticed a trend, Riolu, Munchlax, Igglybuff,
2-stage.
What's this one's? What's the baby Blissey? Baby Chansey? Happiny? Yeah.
Oh,
so
I'm an idiot.
They all are baby Pokemon. So they haven't put any baby Pokemon in the game, but they've definitely put every other pre-stage evolution. So I think Dragonite.
You want to make a bet? I'm recording. You want to make a bet?
Want to make a bet? Let's do it. Let's shake. Let's shake on it.
All right, let's shake it.
Okay, we're shaking. Okay. All right, so that'll wrap up the video. I'll insert an image of Dragonite. We didn't even say where we're gonna put it. Where are we gonna put Dragonite?
I said A tier. I was gonna say you haven't said where you're gonna put it. I was gonna say Lush.
This is what happens when you don't sleep. I apologize, everybody. Okay, so I think Dragonite. I'm gonna hot take say it's gonna be S tier because Dragonite is a fan favorite Pokemon. It also learns Extreme Speed. I don't know if that's gonna be on it in the game, but it earns Extreme Speed. It earns Dragon Dance. It learns Dual Wing Beat. It learns Fly. It has the potential to have a crazy moveset.
Oh, I didn't even think about that, dude.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm scared now.
Yeah. All right. So now that we're officially done, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out Gavin's channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to me as well. And have a wonderful day.